Probably the granddaddy of all DeWalt tools is the famous DeWalt DW735X. This one has a supercharged upgrade in it that kind of makes it stand on its own. But just a stock DW735X is probably one of the most robust, most famous DeWalt tools ever created. And this thing has been on the market for a very, very long time. I'm actually surprised they haven't done an upgrade at this point, but when something's good, why mess with it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing, and this is one of those. If you're looking for a buy once, cry once type planer, this one has stood the test of time and that many people, including myself, would recommend over and over again. There are some challengers that have come on the market lately, including the Oliver planer that I reviewed that includes a helical head, but even that, there's still some things on this planer that set it apart and put it on another level from anything on the market today. First, this is a 2-speed planer. You do not get that a lot in benchtop style planers, and this is great to have. It has a finishing speed. In other words, it's slower. It's going to pull those boards through slower. It's going to give it a nicer finish. Then it has a dimensioning or faster. In other words, it's going to pull it through there faster at 96 cuts per inch, or the finishing pass is 179 cuts per inch. So you can see it's moving it slower basically through the planer so you get finer cuts if you're doing the finishing, and then moving it faster if you're just trying to dimension your boards down fairly quickly. And talking about dimensioning, this is a very, very powerful planer. It is one of the most powerful planers that I've used, benchtop style. It's hard to bog these down if you're using it properly. And one of the things I love most about this planer that I've seen nobody else do this well is that thickness gauge. When you slide the board in there, it kind of gives you a rough estimate about how much material it's going to take off. Nobody else is doing this right. This is the only one that I like on any planer. It doesn't really matter where you put the board in, anywhere across that bed, it's going to indicate. And that's where some of these other planers fall short. When you put the board in, you have to put it in a very specific place. It has to be a certain width so that it picks it up. It's just kind of half thought out. This is absolutely amazing. As far as adjusting up and down, this is one of the best as well. You're looking at 4 very big posts that rise up and down. It keeps this planer nice and steady, and that includes when you're sending boards through. There's no carriage lock here like a lot of other planers have to have that lock this carriage down to keep it from moving as you push your boards through. Because of the way this is designed, it is rock solid. You also get some quick depth settings, so you can do from 1/8 all the way up to 1 1/4 inches, so you can dimension down to that exact same thickness every single time using that. And then there's some micro adjustments as well on the bottom. As far as dust collection goes, it is fantastic. It actually has a blower in here that pushes the chips out, so you don't even need a dust collector specifically. You just need a bag or some way to catch this, and you do need something to catch it because it will produce a ton of chips. Not necessarily fine dust, but those planing chips are going to come out of there in rapid succession. Now I've got a couple of upgrades in mind that take it from the next level to the ultimate level, and that includes a Bird Helix helical head installed. You can get this either pre-installed direct from Bird Helix, I'll link to that in the description, or you can just buy it on Amazon and install it yourself. Quite a bit cheaper. It just depends on which way you would rather deal with it. I prefer just to have it done so I didn't have to worry about it. Now what that does is it gives you the Helix head or the helical head. And what that means is you got little knives that are turned at an angle, and when it's cutting the wood, it's actually cutting the wood. It's shearing it off versus chopping the wood like the straight blades that come on it. Now the straight blades that come in this planer are very good, but this helical head takes it to the next level. It gives you a really nice fine finish. It also changes the tone of the planer. In other words, the sound coming out of it's slightly less, not a ton, but you can tell the difference. But the main thing is you just get a much cleaner finish, and that means you don't have to sand as much because it's pretty good. I think what's coming out of there is probably about 120 grit. Another benefit is you're not getting a ton of tear out, especially if you're using species of wood that are prone to tearing out. Curly maple and those types just don't tear out as easy using the helical head. It is a fantastic upgrade if it's in your budget. I've also installed this digital gauge, and what I like about that is I can zero that out at any point, and then I can raise it back up and start planing again and get back to zeros. That way I can get the exact thickness of all of my boards, no matter if I move the planer up and down or not. This is a great add-on as well. There's a couple of different brands here. I've got iGaging, but Wixie also makes one, a very popular brand to install on this, and they're very easy to install. Overall, I think if you're in the market for a benchtop style planer, it's very difficult to go wrong with this one. It just depends on your needs and what you're looking for. Now, these are quite pricey, but they do go on sale on occasion throughout the year, maybe 2-3 times a year. And if you don't know, I have a daily deals email that I'm sending out. And if this goes on sale, it's going to be in that email. So you might want to sign up. There's a first link in the description and the pinned comment, and it's absolutely free. I just like sharing these deals to help you save some money. This is one of the hottest tools right now at Lowe's, and it's the DeWalt XR oscillating multi-tool. If you don't have a multi-tool in the shop, you should really consider one because they are wildly useful for a whole bunch of different tasks. This one comes with something I've never seen before on an oscillating tool. Now this combo comes with a carry bag. It also comes with a sanding head and sandpaper so you can do some sanding into the tight spots, up in the corners, things like that. Comes with a 2 amp hour battery and a charger plus 2 cutting blades. I use the blades most of the time for a lot of different things like cutting door jambs or cutting out parts and pieces, things like that. These are very, very useful in the shop, and they get into some tight spaces that other tools just can't get into. They also perform multiple tasks, hence the term multi-tool. So you can sand with it, you can cut with it, among other things. This DeWalt XR multi-tool has an edge guide. I've actually never seen an edge guide on one of these, and I think it's very handy for a few reasons. One, you can keep the same distance away from the project that you're going to be trying to cut. So if you're trying to get something a little more detailed, you can do that here when that's usually not possible with a multi-tool, and at least not very accurately because they do vibrate quite a bit. This also comes with 2 cutter blades, so you got enough to get started with if you're just going to be doing some cutting around the house or shop, whatever you're going to need it for. And it also comes with this sanding attachment, which I think this is where a lot of people will find this most helpful in the shop, is because you can sand with this. For instance, this 2x4 piece here, you see it sands that markings off there really easily. It does sand really well. It comes with a pack of sandpaper from 60 grit all the way to 240 grit, stepping through those, so you have plenty to get started there as well. And this will allow you to get up into corners, and that's where this is most beneficial. If, say, you got some glue squeeze out, you need to clean that up, your regular sander can't really get in there as easily as something like this because it can get right up against it, sand that right off. Boxes, trays, things like that, this will really shine. This is also multi-speed. You've got 3 speeds, low, medium, and high here that you can use. Then, of course, you can move this head in any position that you might need to get into those spaces, whether you're using the cutter head or even the sander. It does have an LED light on the top to help light up those tighter spaces. And you can also lock that trigger out if, for whatever reason, you need to do that. Overall, very handy. Probably one of the coolest tools I've bought this year. This is the brand new DeWalt Grabo lifter. Now, I bought this, actually pre-ordered this a few months ago, and it only come in a few weeks ago. There was a video I did a while back. I had it hanging on the door. You may not have caught it. This tool is a serious shop upgrade, especially for some of you. This is designed to help you carry sheet goods or panels, or if you're doing tile work, or even counter work where you're having to take big slabs in and out of the houses and things like that. This thing is seriously impressive. And if you have to carry plywood by yourself at all, especially those 3/4 inch big old heavy duty sheets, you're gonna love this. First and foremost, it's pretty basic on what you're getting, and the fit and finish of this thing is top notch. I mean, it's like most other DeWalt tools, it's a really nice fit and feel. It'll accept any 20 volt max battery, so if you've already got batteries, it'll fit the small ones, it'll fit this big XR power pack battery, so it doesn't matter what you got. It couldn't be easier to use. All you have to do is set it down, turn the power switch on, and push the button.
Push the button, Max.
Pulling itself down onto the sheet good or whatever you're going to use it. Once the meter stops, you can use this to pick up things, and it just gives you a handle on things that are cumbersome and hard to pick up, like this piece of 3/4 inch plywood. Gives you a nice handhold, and now you can carry this anywhere you want with relative ease. And when you get ready to release it, you just turn the power off and push the button with the red X on it. It releases the pressure. What's pretty cool is you'll see the pressure on the screen as it ramps up, and then it starts being steady. In other words, it's got full suction on it, and then you can pick it up. It also comes with this little sun guard, I'm assuming is what that is, to help shield that screen in the sun so you can read it. I think that's a good idea. The screen is very easy to read. It does have a battery indicator on the bottom of the screen, and you'll even see the pressure ramping up on the top of the screen with those bars running across the top as it builds pressure. You also notice when you push the button to start the suction, you can see it pull itself down to the material. And I tried to knock it off of this piece of leopard wood, like shake it loose, and it just would not come loose. This thing grips like nothing you've ever seen before. There is a button on the very top of the screen that will change it from PSI to bar, depending on what pressure reading you want. I'm gonna leave mine on PSI because I didn't know it changed it till just now, and it's been on bar, and I didn't really know what that meant. It does come with some replacement parts. These 3 black rings with that white center, all of that will come out, and you can replace that. I think that's some type of filter. It's where it's pulling that air through there is what I'm guessing. So those 3 white filters are replaceable, as well as those O-rings. So I'm glad they included those in the box. And it also comes with this nice handy dandy tray to keep it in when not in use, to keep any dirt, debris, anything like that out from under it. I think if you're carrying plywood, or if you're working around the house and you need help picking up on glass panels or tile or quartz countertops or marble countertops, any of that, like, I think these would be invaluable. And I'm glad to have one here in the shop just for plywood. Now it's time for this little gem that I think is one of the best DeWalt tools that's come out in the last couple of years. And it's the brand new DeWalt 5-in-1 drill. If you don't have something like this, these are awesome because you can get into tight spaces. You can get 90-degree angles on stuff to drive screws. You can actually get an offset to get you very close to the edge of anything. And this comes with 4 different heads that you can swap in and out very easily. These things are genius. And what's really cool is you can set these to basically any angle around that 360 degrees. So if you are using the 90-degree head, this thing will go in all directions. So you can basically get anywhere you need to get to drill a hole or drive a screw in. And this is very lightweight and does include a battery and a charger in this combo kit. This drill has a torque setting just like any other drill has, from 1 all the way to 15, and then drill. This is also a 2-speed drill, so you can go slower or faster. And of course the standard forward and reverse buttons like all drills should have. Has a small LED light on there. It could be brighter, but in tight spaces it will illuminate your area. To change out any of the heads, you're just going to pull back on this little piece. The little unlock indicator is going to show you exactly how to do that, and then let go. It's in position. If I wanted to move that position, I just unlock it and turn it and put it wherever I want. You see on the offset head, if I was trying to get closer to the wall, I could use that to offset it that way. Of course, the 90-degree head is probably one of my favorite drill and driver heads that is made, because this lets you get into really tight spaces that you wouldn't normally be able to. What's cool about this is you can attach your offset head to the 90-degree head and get into some really awkward spaces should you need to do that. If you'd like to see a full detailed review of this 5-in-1 drill, let me know in the comments. Just comment DeWalt. I don't know what you mean. Can you pick up a drill without doing that? I don't think so. All right, this is where the bracket gets serious. This is the DeWalt 10-inch table saw with the rolling stand. Really cool rolling stand. I love the fact that it has this. It's very easy to set up, and when you set it up, it's one of the most stable stands that I've used on a table saw. I do have the little stand with the 8 1/4 table saw. I also had the Skill fold-out legs, but the way this stands, it's like really broad, and it's just so stable. Even when I was cutting this piece of white oak, it's very heavy. It was recently milled, so it's still very wet. Even all the way off the back of the saw, I didn't feel like the saw was wiggling or moving or anything like that. It was very stable. I needed outfeed support on that cut, absolutely, but even without it, it was very stable. Now, this table saw costs about $650, $750 depending on the time of year and the sale. You can catch it on sale quite regularly, so if you're patient, you can get this at a decent deal around that $650 mark. I think this was built to challenge what the SawStop is offering under the SawStop's price point. This can do a few things that the SawStop can't, but the SawStop can do a few things this can't. Not only is this stand stable, it also has a really good working height. That's one of the complaints I hear a lot on the Skill. It is much lower than this. This comes up right at waist high. It's a very comfortable height to be cutting any stock that you're going to be working with. This also has the rack and pinion fence, and it has 32.5 inches of rip capacity. So this is one of the maxed out capacity saws, kind of on par with that Cobalt as far as rip capacity goes. The blade that come on this 10-inch saw, though, was not my favorite. It's more of a rough construction blade. It did okay, but I did go ahead and upgrade to that 40-tooth DeWalt. It just works so much better. You can run a dado stack up to 13/16 of an inch. In other words, almost all of it on this table saw as well. And the way the riving knife come off was kind of interesting. There was a handle on the side you pulled, the riving knife pops out, then you put your dado stack on. As far as power, just like I was talking about that very dense, wet white oak that I cut, zero issues. Cut plywood with it, cut walnut with it, everything that you're going to want to cut with this saw, there's not going to be any issues.